Such a delight that even though we play Spire so very much here on the channel, it continues to create content that is absolutely novel. The ridiculosity, the likes of which we've ne'er before seen, and some wild times as a result. Better title pending, thank you so much for 6 months of support. Whoa. To you too. Does it ever choose a rare card here? I'm also in the mood to boss swap. I think I would do that pretty happily in this situation. Especially on Watcher, who can, generally speaking, handle whatever she gets. Looks like a pretty comfy Act 1 layout. We can engage the first fight without too much danger. Not sure if you snagged the end of the last run there, Phaley, but it was one for the all-time archives. Dead Branch Corruption Defect. Absolutely metal. Choose a rare, take a boss relic. Choose a rare, take a boss relic. What's a Baalor to do? I think I'll take a rare card. And we're offered Blasphemy, Devotion, or Deviform. I think it's going to be a Divine Run. Do we take the Die Next Turn card? Try to win all our fights immediately using that? Or do we go the Devotion route and try to make a Mantra deck? I do really like Mantra as a mechanic for the Watcher. I don't think Devotion is necessarily that good of a floor 1 card. Not as good as Blasphemy would be, surely. But it's not a bad pick at all. Or the third option occurs. Deviform is an interesting way to scale on Watcher. I really like it if you've got expensive or draw-heavy decks, stuff like Wheel Kicks, or Wallops, or Ragnaroks work really well with Deviform. But it's definitely not a card that helps in your first few fights. I haven't made good use of Blasphemy in a while. Let's give it a shot today. Let's do it. I'm going to start combat heavy here. So Blasphemy says, enter Divinity, and then on your next turn, die. What that means is, at the start of your next turn, take 9999. Take a lot of damage. Big number of damage. And the secret is that you have to win on the turn you play the Blasphemy with the attacks that are in your hand. 18. So the Blasphemy lets you have this big burst of both damage and energy in order to get a fight just instantly finished. Got a very good upgrade to retain in your hand, letting us keep it until it's ready to obliterate everything. Definitely going with the Cut Through Fate here, by the way. So here's an example of Blasphemy being wonderful. We draw Blasphemy, we just immediately kill everything. Brain in chat asks, can you survive Blasphemy with buffers? Yes, buffer or being intangible at the start of the turn after you play the Blasphemy are both ways to survive the Blasphemy. Not sure about Fear No Evil. I think it's a pretty good overall card. Fairy in a Bottle and Lizard Tail will also both keep you in your run. You know, consuming one as appropriate. You can't use any source of debuff blocking or mitigation, so you cannot use Artifact or the Orange Pellets Relic to protect yourself, as neither of those recognize dying next turn as a debuff. Apparently it's a good thing. Retaining damage does pair reasonably well with Blasphemy. Flying Sleeves upgraded isn't the worst choice here. I do like Deceive Reality as a block card in general also. giving us some retaining big defense. So I think either of these are fine. Skipping's also reasonable. I'll grab the decent block card. I do like Deceive a lot as a card conceptually, and I'm actually quite happy to see it right here and now. I like to think of it as 2 energy block for 16. But it can be functionally more than that. 24 plus 18. There's a kill, right? Yes, 42 damage. That will kill him. Gotta be really careful with the math there. If I miscalculate and leave myself with an enemy unkilled after playing Blasphemy, I will be in Sadville. I might conclude for the area damage. I think I am ultimately going to go with Flying Sleeves. It hits 2 times, which is fine, but it retains so that we can get the Flying Sleeves and the Blasphemy together a little bit more reliably. Ouch. Find a ceramic fish. Okay. Okay, and we're just going to go combat heavy with this Blasphemy. I think we're way ahead of the power curve right now. Like, obliteratingly strong ahead of the power curve right now. Like this. So now I have a couple options. I can just use the Flex Potion and win immediately. If I Blasphemy, that's easy to do. Or we can do something like Fear No Evil, Safety Defend. Block for almost all of this damage. Draw a new hand next turn. That will include at least 1 defend. But I really like the idea of just getting this fight over and done with instantaneously. Probably the hardest fight of the 3 for us at the moment. That's not quite true, but... just good. The plus strength from the Flex Potion gets tripled by Divinity there, so a Flex Potion of +5 becomes +15 when we're in Divinity stance. It's really, really very strong. Get a Preserved Insect, so the next elite will in fact be very easy to kill comparatively, and I do like this Wheel Kick quite a bit. Big damage and card draw pairs lovely with Blasphemy. Suppose we could consider Flurry of Blows as well. I'll take the kick. And even upgrade that kick to make it Big Kick. Eruption upgrade's pretty solid too, or probably our best and first upgrade should be this Blasphemy. Let's start with that. That way I can use it if I draw it on turn 1. Hooray! Do it this way. Get to keep the damage card. Very good. Unfortunately, that's not going to be enough to KO all of them. So take 12 or employ the aid of this colorless potion. I think taking 12 is actually quite reasonable here. We're not going to need this health for much through the rest of the act. We have 1 more hard pool fight to get through. 1 more elite. I'm going to go fire, elite, fire, shop, fire. We shouldn't need any health to defeat Slime Boss at all. So yeah, I can take 12 here. That is fine by me. Probably just win next turn, yeah? So this becomes 18. This becomes 21. 24. I guarantee draw the Wheel Kick, so I should be able to Blasphemy here. Immediately Baylor Math. Okay, now, all is well. Get ourselves a Tori, reducing unblocked attack damage from 5 down to 1. Another flex potion, which I think is pretty good. And we could continue to take more common cards, though I feel like we have probably enough cards at this point. With 6 cards added to the base deck, that's usually plenty for Act 1, start of Act 2. And we just want to get what we have upgraded. That said, I think a second Cut Through Fate is still pretty good. And we do get 9 gold for taking a card here. I'll grab one more Cut Through Fate. We'll do it. We'll definitely take a question card very early on. This is going to be a lot of extra cards seen throughout the run. Okay. A little spooky. But that's why we upgraded Blasphemy. Save me, Blasphemy. That's a little questionable. I guess we'll just block as hard as we can this turn and try to finish them next turn with our guaranteed lots of attack draw. Phalanx just says, how many cards do you recommend picking in Act 1? Is that number the same with Silent since she starts with 2 extra cards? Silent does often end up, I think, maybe taking 1 or 2 additional cards. I think a broader way to phrase the advice that I could give is continue to take cards until you can beat your Act boss and you've taken approximately 5. Honestly, that's the more specific advice, is just keep taking cards until you're going to win the boss fight. But as a new player, knowing exactly when you're going to win that boss fight can actually be very, very difficult to evaluate. So that's a big part of the challenge. Generally speaking, for me, that comes out to around 5 cards added. Add more if you see upgrades. If you get lots of card removals, you may want to consider adding fewer. But around 5 is usually where I land. Oh, I actually didn't need to play that last defend. Doesn't matter much. Does not matter much. Give him the bonk. Get a stance potion allowing us to change stances. I was wondering if we were going to see a lesson learned. Thanks to the question card, and lo and behold, here comes one. Dealing 10 damage. If we're able to kill an enemy with this card, it permanently upgrades another card in the deck. So we can use that as a sort of meta-scaling to continue to improve this deck wildly. Although that does greatly diminish the value of these rest sites we're about to head into. I think that's fine. I'll take a stance potion over the colorless potion, and now we're in a extremely commanding position here, I would describe this as. With Lesson Learn, which, heck it, I'm going to give an upgrade to this Lesson Learn, just to make it easier to land the kills with it. With this Lesson Learn, we're going to absolutely bonk our way through the Spire and collect so many very valuable upgrades as we go. Let's see, 39. We got plenty of damage here. Just verify though. 18, 24, 24. Oh yeah. You're super dead. Upgrade the Cut Through Fate and score meat on the bone, healing us if we're at or below half. Now we no longer really have any reason to ever rest. Holy moly. Do we want any of these cards? I don't think we want any of the commons. Alpha is a card that does loads of area damage. Loads of area damage every turn. Interesting. So the problem with Blasphemy is that you do all your damage at once, and then you have nothing. Alpha might be an interesting possibility to include here as a specific answer to the fights in which the Blasphemy is no help. A backup source of damage, if you will. Interesting. I imagine it's going to become useless pretty quickly. We may even end up removing this card sometime in Act 2 or Act 3, depending on what else happens. But this is an interesting option. And if I can make this part of the strategy, I'd love to see it actually succeed here. So I'm going to give it a grab. And we'll see how that goes for us. I don't really want it upgraded. It becomes innate, being part of our opening hand. That'll inevitably happen, thanks to the lesson learned, unfortunately. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Guess we'll upgrade a Cut Through Fate for now. Hello. What a hilarious set of store options you have, sir. Amazing. Is it ever Enlightenment? No, I don't think so. I do like the Bag of Preparation. That'll make no problem for having this alpha in the deck. Rushdown could give us card draw when we enter Wrath. Dolly's Mirror could let us duplicate a card. The Lesson Learned or the Blasphemy. Don't think those are great dupes, though. Card removal to get rid of 1 defend, also pretty valuable here, I think. Oh, good question, Man-Eating Donuts. Is it worth recalling here? Because we have raw upgrade advantage? I don't think quite yet. As we still care about just getting everything upgraded as quickly as we can, and a couple of upgrades now will help with that quite a bit. But we're not far off from the point where an early recall would be relatively advisable, I think. Alright, well, I'm going to take the Bag of Preparation for surezies. Let me check here. 119. Perfect. Thanks to the power of Ceramic Fish, I can afford Wallop plus card remove. Good. Beautiful. Thank you, Ceramic Fish, for your currently 45 gold and counting. So yeah, here I'll probably upgrade either Eruption, Wheel Kick, or Flying Sleeves. Just to make sure Slime Boss gets extra dunked. And I think with the Retain, I'll actually upgrade the Flying Sleeves as my next upgrade of choice. Turn 1 Lesson Learned means slight problems for us. I guess we can just split with Eruption. That'll work just fine. I can also use the Alpha Beta Omega line in this fight. That'd be pretty funny, but not what we're looking to do here. Slime Crush. Slime Upgrade. Into Strike Plus. Oh boy, now we really can Blasphemy Vault. Vault's going to be really good with our Alpha Beta Omega line, actually, buying us an extra turn for those cards. Also helps us get more set up by, you know, giving us an entire extra turn. Could also take a second copy of Blasphemy. Usually you don't want to play this card 2 times. But it's possible to make a deck that does. Just don't really recommend it. Do you Judgment could kill a low health enemy, but we're already very good at that with many of the things we do. I'll take a Vault here. Buy ourselves an extra turn. Oh, and we do get a P-Box. Oh, man. And we didn't even waste our upgrades on these cards yet. That's ridiculous. Other options, Sozu prevents us from gaining further potions. These are pretty good potions to take with us for the rest of the run. And I think that, generally speaking, when you're looking at can you afford to give up potions, one of the things you should look for is, do I have a source of healing, so source of sustain? Meat on the Bone says, yes, we do, and I think this would be pretty takeable. Or the Violent Lotus, giving us extra energy when we leave calm, because we have a Fear No Evil. In addition to the Vigilance, I think the Violet Lotus could be pretty good, but this is a really, really easy Pandora's box for me, for two reasons. One, Lesson Learned is going to upgrade all the random cards we get, and upgraded random cards are very, very, very strong. Two, the Ceramic Fish gives us 9 gold per transformed card. Oh my heck. For a whopping total of 7 times 9 equals 63 additional gold for picking up those cards. Now we are a mantra deck, apparently. We have Omniscience, letting us play a card in the draw pile twice. And, oh my, we've actually done it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. We even have double Lesson Learned for reasons. We'll probably take one of those out relatively soon. Bit of a wild pile of cards. Blocking is not currently on the menu, but I think we'll find very creative ways to not care about having to block. I don't know where to path to. I have Meat on the Bone. I think I want to take as many combats as possible, actually. I just want to fight stuff. Every fight is an upgrade. Every fight is more cards seen. Lots more cards seen with Question Card. Every fight is potentially a heal with Meat on the Bone. Eventually, this is just going to turn into a fully upgraded deck of overpowered nonsense. And by eventually, I mean actually very quickly. Would I remove Blasphemy at this point? No. If I was going to remove a card, it would probably be Eruption, actually. And then we can talk about maybe Prey or something. Removing Eruption's interesting. Could go to this shop and do that. That's less combats, though. We want to take more combats. Just all the fights. Fight. They'll not steal from me. Heck no. My Omniscience Wallop. They can't do anything. In a pinch, we can sometimes Omniscience Blasphemy. That's not a great idea, though. What we want to do is land both Lesson Learns, if possible. Now, that's probably going to be a bit of a challenge. But there's ways to get there. What else could I do with this Omniscience? Not much. Okay, yeah, let's go Omniscience the Wallop. Hit them each one time, randomly targeted, and then Tori gets the rest of the way there on the block game. Which lets me have this turn. I think we just want to vault into the Blasphemy. Ooh, but I didn't draw both Lesson Learned. How rude. I suppose that's still fine. We should be able to kill them both with the Blasphemy here. This is 27, 27, 18 by 2. This card will do 39. Play all of this? Yes, thanks to Miracles. Okay. Good. Only one upgrade, but not bad at all. Oh, man. Swivel Plus is kind of interesting. Making our next attack card free. Working with Wallop, working with Wheel Kick, working with Lesson Learned, and being upgraded already. Or we could take a Comm Generator in Inner Peace. Swivel really helps with the blocking game, too, and it's oddly enough a really good Omniscience target. Helps us buy time against those late game fights. Something we'll be very happy to have against Awakened One. I'm going to pick this up. And with it, 9 more gold. Going to be rich, chat. We're going to be rich. Wait, no, I can't do that. Okay. Glad I double-checked before I made something dumb. The Omni Shiv. No, I think we actually Omni the, or Omni Swiv, rather. I might. Could also get into Divinity a couple of ways. But yeah, Omniscient Swivel makes our next 2 attacks free and full blocks this, which feels pretty good. That means I have basically no block in the draw pile, though. So that's going to be a problem. I do like it. So our next 2 attacks are free, whatever they might be. Could use one now. Don't think that I should, though. Ouch. It's not the draw we were hoping for. I was looking for the Cut Through Fates or the Vault or the Wallop, but we got none of the above. So we will lose some health here. Not too much. Unfortunately, we can't weaken it to make Tori better or anything. There's no way to draw more cards here. We just have to accept that we draw nothing useful here. Ouch. Okay, don't blast me yet. There's lesson learned. Good work. Tantrum, a Simmering Fury, a Flying Sleeves, or a Crescendo. None of these really help us block. I suppose Simmering Fury could maybe help us draw, but I'm going to pass on this. And we're going to fight the exact same fight again, but worse this time. Because this time it has a friend. Well, heck. Better turn 1, though. We can play Swivel Wallop for 20 block. Then Deceive Reality Tori gets us the rest of the way, which lets me do Swivel, Wallop, Deceive Reality, Miracle, Foresight. We get the Foresight in play. We only take 1. That feels great to me. No need to use a potion just yet. Yeah, double Lesson Learned is certainly on the table here. Potentially. Are being attacked. I can't even try to play Omniscience unless I also Blasphemy, so... Oh no, I have Deus Ex. Actually, I totally could. Hold on. In that case, yes. Just discard the Worship. Give me the rest. So... So we do 60 in the draw pile? So I think I have the double lesson learned here. I need to play lesson learned and omniscient. Let's just total our energy here real quick. I can use the potion if I need to. We have +2 more, so 7 energy to work with. So I can play lesson learned. I can play blasphemy, lesson learned, omniscience on lesson learned. Then I can also play the flying sleeves. That is what we need here. Boop, boop. Yeah, we could have entered calm with a potion if we needed to, but we don't. And omniscience gets upgraded. Ooh, and I like a third eye because it's a block source and a scry source, allowing us to see cards in the draw pile. That's going to help us buy time against the later game fights. So would Wave of the Hand, though, the best source of weaken on Watcher, but only if you can apply instances of block each turn, which currently we can't really do. I'm going to grab the third eye. It's the reliable pick here, I think. And we're going to face down against the Chosen and the Cultist. Potentially another double lesson learned fight here. I'll discard this one. That seems really unlikely to happen, actually. Looking at the next turn draw. This in play. I want to use these miracles before we get status, so maybe I'll vigilance here too. Feels right. Omniscience is here. Blasphemy kills both of them right now if I want to. We lesson learn view, we wheel kick, and omniscience flying sleeves, the Chosen. We only get one upgrade, but it's a pretty good upgrade. Second and third eye. Go with 2. Go with 2. And so we're just getting stronger and stronger and stronger as we go through these fights. Pretty good. A 4th eye. Wait till we get our 5th and 6th. Let's see here. So I could 90 plus 39. 129, right? Of course. Yes, 129. So how much energy do I have? 4, 5, 6. So yes, I can just do this, right? Blasphemy, omniscience, wheel kick. Lesson learned. Well, this blasphemy has certainly been useful. Let's just say that. This is almost a signature move deck? I don't think so. Alpha has been played 0 times. Oh, prostrate. I have weird numbers of mantra in the deck. That could be useful. Sure. And my current intent is to go this way. Let's get this vault upgraded. So small. So tiny. Such a cute little book. Do I miracle to pray here? That's an interesting question. Worship is not getting played, so no. No, there's no reason to do that. and Omniscience in the same hand. Drew a lot of defense and setup here. Seems quite good, actually. I don't have Blasphemy in my hand yet, so I think we can rule out any fancy Omniscience plays. Fear no Evil into Vault sounds pretty good. More so if I get to Scry, too. I think we might be able to get a kill next turn. Do that. Get rid of both of these. Just keep the Lesson Learned Plus. Fear no Evil, Miracle, Vault. Bind. Blasphemy. This works too. There it is. Quick math check. Blasphemy puts us at 5 energy. We can go Wheel Kick, Flying Sleeves, Lesson Learned, which will be 45 plus 39 plus 36. Yes, that will work. In fact, we actually just play the Lesson Learned instantly. Lesson Learned upgraded by the other Lesson Learned. It's kind of cool. We get 2 more random skill upgrades with this Warpaint. We'll take a second Deceive here. Don't want another Deus Ex. That's too many miracles. Stell, thank you so much for lucky 18 1.5 months of support. I think we'll just skip for now. Alright, well that elite went really well. I think it's almost time to recall. In fact, I think it is time to recall. We seem like we're solidly ahead of the curve at this point. Kunai is filthy good. That's probably how we're going to block through the late game. Now, if we play 3 attacks in 1 turn, we'll gain a point of dexterity, enabling all of our blocks to block harder. And we did add 4 block cards in a row. As long as we can keep playing enough attacks with these 3 cut-through fates. Would really appreciate a weave at this point. Would fit neatly into the deck. Chet asks, do I ever plan on playing this alpha? At the moment, I think we'll play it against Collector. Unless something else appears that changes that. But yeah, I think it's going to get played against Collector. Set up a future turn, I suppose. Will I ever kill them both next turn? That's the real question. That's the good question. Do they ever both die next turn? I think they do. Oh, yes. So what's the way to do this? I guess I'm not going to Omniscience yet. We're going to Omni the Lesson Learned Plus, I suppose. Wait. Yeah, no, that's correct. And then play this twice. 2 upgrades for the price of 1. Mental Fortress would give us block whenever we change stances. That can also be a very helpful way to block in the late game. Second Prostrate's kind of interesting too. Yes, if you Omniscience an attack, then it does consume stacks of 0 cost attack from Swivel and waste them. Unfortunate, but it's true. Yeah, we'll take one Mental Fortress. And Liquid Memory seems very powerful here. Grab that over the flex pot. Alright, elite number 2 is the Gromlin Leader, who is attacking me on turn 1 like a rude boy. How dare you? How dare? If I'm willing to use the Liquid Memories, I could actually just kill the Gromlin Leader right now. Honestly, that seems pretty worth it. Possibly unnecessary, but... heck. Let me just verify. 90 plus 27. 117. Yes, okay. Good. Good. And if we can draw into... Lesson learned. Can't vault here. Then we get an upgrade. We don't, so I'll just take the kill. Move on with my life. Call it a turn 1 KO. Get ourselves a boot thingy for 10 block on turn 1. And the opportunity to add one of these lovely cards. Fasting could be an interesting way to scale this up to the late game. I think we're just going to pass on all of these. Really looking for either a Weave, a Sanctity. Bites are interesting. Don't have any strikes to lose, so this is just add 5 cards, which is another 45 gold, but I'll not take your stinky offer, vampires. Not today. Not ever. How many cut-through fates does it take to land a lesson learned this turn? Not that many. All the third eye and stuff for next turn. Next turn we get attacked for 11 times 2. How do I deal with that? Not with any of these cards. Firstly with safety. I could also Omniscience a card. Now there's entertainment. Alright, I'll allow that to happen. It's good. Actually. An Omniscience for Worship to enter Divinity, or what I can do that might be better is just Omniscience for an attack here. And just kill with the Blasphemy that we have. We have 2 lessons learned in this deck? We do. It's one of them was a Transform, the other one we picked. And both of them have been getting a lot of play. To do 95 damage. So 27 times 2 plus 39 is not 95 damage. Late Flying Sleeves also, so I need 6 energy for that, and I have 6 energy. Okay, we're there. Miraculously, Alpha has managed to avoid an upgrade thus far. I don't know why I decided to time that phrasing. I was inviting disaster. Do I take a Flurry of Blows to power the Kunai? Maybe. Not sure we're switching stances quite enough for it to feel amazing. We really do want to Weave. But it could perform an admirable job. Powering up Kunai. Evaluate's also acceptable here. I'll take one Evaluate for block density purposes. Our Kunai. Well, this looks lovely. Got an Eruption Swivel Wallop sort of situation going on here. And I can do 27 damage. We'd have to finish him off with a Cut Through Fate. Maybe we don't play Eruption. That feels correct. Just go the Swivel Wallop line. Block for 30, take 1. Then I can get the Foresight down. That's going to be worth it. Also Mental Fortress. Gotta keep the energy. I'm wondering if Alpha might be our ticket out of this fight. No, that can't possibly be. Won't be able to get it in play fast enough. Okay, discard that. Keep the rest. That feels right. Okay, we have to set ourselves up for a kill next turn. So we'll block this turn. Try to win next turn. Incoming damage here. I can't believe we haven't been weakened yet, by the way. 21, 30 even. 30 even I can do. Good luck to us. Dang it, Volt. Like your time. Okay, let's lose one of the lesson learns. Yeah, I need to find the actual... I guess I could use the Wrath Potion, huh? Okay, let's lose the Vault then. Oh, we did get Blasphemy. How lovely. Well, that works out perfectly. Burp. That's cruel. That's just cruel. Just quite like Inner Peace now. Can no longer remove cards from your deck. I don't think that's too large a downside, Heligonian. I think that's pretty comparable to how Ectoplasm works. So I think it would feel similar to Ectoplasm in some ways. Bonus points if it blocks transforms. Leet Nanas, thank you so much for 24 months of support. Much love to you. Man, I'm feeling like we're ready for the Act 3 boss. It's the end of Act 2. That's ridiculous. Also, that Alpha is still unupgraded is also kind of ridiculous here. I don't know how we achieved that. And then we draw it on turn 1 anyway, and you know what? I'm going to play it on turn 1. Shuffle a beta into the draw pile. Don't mind if I do. Keep that to see real. Hard to leave Wrath once I enter. said... Okay. Ba-bonk. Oh, I see. This is 24. Okay, so let's do it this way. Ha! And then... as follows. Pray worship to get any divinity. Take a bunch of... Yeah, I'm cool with this. This is too fun to not do. Play Beta to put Omega into the draw pile. Play 2 Miracles. Omniscience the Omega to deal 100 damage to all enemies at the start of each turn. Or, sorry, at the end of each turn. Including when I vault. Pretty hype. Fear not. Your lesson learned is hopefully still intact here. Five plus 29. Yeah. We there. Still haven't upgraded Alpha either. Amazing. Second Omniscience or a second Vault. If we can get this run to 3 copies of Omniscience, we can do some really, really silly things, actually. So I really like second Omniscience as our stepping stone to the third one. Another copy of Vault ain't wrong either, though, and it would help us massively in getting set up. That said, I'll take the second Omni. I think that's a wild time. Leave that potion on the ground. Do I take a Snecko Eye? Make all of my cards cost random amounts. Actually pretty good with most of the cards in this deck. Pretty spicy Snecko. Or we could transform and upgrade 3 cards with Astrolabe. How hilarious, all things considered. Or we could take the Cursed Key, giving us a curse when we open the chest in Act 3. I think that could be pretty bad. Could transform the lesson learns into new cards. That's kind of funny. Snecko Eye puts us into some weird situations hand size-wise. I do think that we benefit a lot from more energy, but I'm a little worried about what taking this curse is going to do to us. I am going to take the curse key, ultimately. Hey everyone. Did you know that you can now support me directly on YouTube by getting a channel membership? For as low as $5 a month, you'll get access to perks like custom badges and emojis to use in comments and discounts on the merch store, all while helping support me and this channel to do what I love every day. Just click the join button below to get started. Now back to the video. Not trusting the random cost of the Snecko or the random results of the other thingy. We are going to have that curse in the deck through the Act 3 boss, though. Depending on what we get, this could be really, really, really bad for us. So we're going to have to be very careful here. Have to start on this side to get to the Burning Elite. I'm definitely going to go to the shop. No reason not to. Just Omniscience the curse. It's that easy. 39 twice, that's right. Meditate plus. Put 2 cards in the discard pile into our hand, retain them. And the turn. That's pretty good, especially with mantra cards and such. We'll be going and grabbing that. Blasphemer. Double Omni, double Worship, double Wheel Kick. Burp. There's the Alpha upgrade. And I'm cool with that. Gotta go this way. 275 gold and a curse. Right before the shop. I actually didn't really have a good removal anyway, so... yeah. Give me the money. Third lesson learned. Well, calipers are definitely going to be wonderful here. Start of our turn, lose 15 block rather than all of our block. That is a definite yes from me. Secret weapon's interesting, letting us get a attack from the draw pile. Lots of good stuff we could do with that. The Abacus gives us block whenever the draw pile is shuffled. I suppose that's not that bad either. I like the secret weapon, though. Let me fetch an attack card. I think that's very valuable. Good old Deep Breath plus Abacus. This is another fight where we could get cursed, so we have to be a little careful about this. Every time this enemy gets struck, they change their attack intent. Foresight, double beta. You can get a little silly now that basically everything in the deck is upgraded. You know? Just a little bit, though. We don't want to be getting out of control now. Why? Centennial asks, why not Omni Beta Omega? Because you have to target the second Omniscience before the first one goes off. So you can't target the Omegas until they're in the draw pile. Omega is created after the chain finishes. That's the way to phrase that. Yes. That's where the third Omniscience comes in. Because the third Omniscience allows us to actually double the Omega at the same time. That's what we want. Oh, I don't have Mental Fortress in play? Uh-oh. I did not foresee this outcome. Mistakes may have been made. So what's the line here? Currently I'll take 6. That's pretty reasonable. I'm just going to be happy that I took 6, actually. I'm going to meditate the Omega. Blam. Beautiful. Please suffer 100 damage. Okay. Didn't realize you were having block here. It's fine. Nothing really to upgrade anyway. Could try to incorporate a protect here. Could try to incorporate a like water here. I don't think we'll do either. Kind of like tangential but not supplemental ways to improve the deck. I guess I'll upgrade the secret weapon. Really doesn't matter what we're doing here or here. Forced rest sites. But at least we're going to get some sweet relics, yeah? Some secret weapon lets me fetch. You're no evil, which is pretty good here. Could also keep looking for cut-through fates. Chain these. Omni, Omni. Let's go double Mental Fortress, double Foresight. Now we have huge scry power. Just as before. Kill the dagger with the flying sleeves. Corruption, meditate, evaluate, get rid of pray, worship, lesson learned. I guess keep beta? Let's see what we can do here. Back. Two things that I'm gonna want. Eternal No Evil. Interruption. You take a little bit of a hit there, but nothing truly disastrous or anything. Oh, there we go. Okay. That makes sense then. Boom. Kaboom. Little bit of healing for us. Another Mental Fortress, a Devotion, or another Meditate. All interesting options here. Like the second Mental Fortress. You can't have too much block when there's a Calipers involved. So I'll be grabbing that. I'm also going to take this Weak Potion as a way to seriously lower the damage output of the heart during the first few turns. Although maybe Stance Potion's better with Tori here. There's only one, only one card to upgrade. I'll just rest instead here. And we're going to path towards the Burning Elite. Here's where things could get scary, because I do have to open this chest. Thankfully, the curse inside is merely a shame, giving us one frail at the end of our turn, and not something really nasty like pain or normality. We have enough scry that I think it would have been maybe okay, even if it was a pain or normality. But we would have had a lot of fights to suffer through. What a shame about all of that. Double Mental Fortress, double Worship. Some more energy to spend here. So now I'm in Divinity. I can also block for many number. Beautiful. It's so beautiful. Empty Mind could be card draw. Yes, we'll take an Empty Mind as a way to exit Calm Stance more reliably. Liquid Memories is powerful here. Maybe better than Stance Potion. Probably quite a bit better than Stance Potion, actually. What we got here? Keep these two together, discard these two. Swung for 45 while I'm frail. That is extremely rude, sir. Who do you think you are? Huh? Alright, well guess what? I don't actually care about your shenanigans. I will just gain 20 block whenever I change stances. Get him, Tori. I'm pretty likely to kill here. 60, 39, 36. 135. Can I also play the Wallop? This is +4, 7 energy. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. Bonk. Could take more scrying if we wanted to. I think the Just Lucky with the Kunai is also fine. Fine. Not amazing, but fine. I'll skip it. Alright, it's all upgraded. Go for one last elite, because why the heck not? not your turn, it's my turn. And I say you lose, sir. There's nothing else even to upgrade, right? Yeah. Second Warship is cute. Sash Whip is cute. Nothing's more than cute, though. I think we just keep what we have. Keep going. Keep on keeping on. Against a Reptomancer here. Or like Riptomancer. I'll just Vault. I could Miracle to Prey. I don't think I want to. No. Ugh. There's Omniscience. Okay. Go double beta, double... Foresight's already in play. Double beta, double... Mental Fortress. And I should be able to play one of those next turn. Keep the Miracles so I can actually block. There we are. Empty Mind putting in really good work here. And now we're all set. Now that we're in Act 3, this Alpha Beta Omega is actually kind of incredible. And I've been very happy overall that we have it. One more Prey is actually quite reasonable too. Although Time Eater says don't worry about it. Time Eater says just get alphas in play. So I'm going to Omniscience for Mental Fortress, Mental Fortress, Mental Fortress, Mental Fortress. And then I'm going to play Furnuable. I think that's the play here. That's a lot of fording. Oh, we can actually do way better. We can go Fear No Evil, Eruption, Inner Peace, Alpha. Block for 82 on turn 1. Scrying a lot is pretty good. Perfect. Enter Divinity so that I can leave Divinity. So that I can get block. Perfect turn. Empty Mind Omega, and we'll meditate rather than playing the vault here. Let's focus on switching stances a bunch as my block engine here. Guess we'll hit him while we're at it. Because I can. Get some dexterity or something? Sure. Use one of those. Use this. Meditate. These 2 cards. Let's start the next turn. Right now I'm just trying to accumulate block to use with our calipers. Is I enter Divinity just for the block, the Watcher equivalent of reading it just for the articles? I think so. And let's grab Eruption, I suppose. Swivel wheel kick. Fun fact, your Omega activates an additional time when you play Vaults, which is pretty spicy stuff. GG. Mr. Time Eater. GG. That was not at all difficult, as I feared it might be. Now we're up against the Awakened one, and I think our fight is going to look a little bit different, especially with this particular draw order. The Awakened one gains strength every time we play a power card, so I may not want to be duplicating the powers quite as much as I did before. Secret weapon is here, even better. Fear no evil into eruption. Oh, I should have used that actually. Good. Keep scrying. Watch out for the ink bottle there. I don't want to draw the Omniscience quite yet. That's a next turn project. So, we can chain Omniscience. But should we? Doubling Prey on this turn could be useful. Getting me into Divinity right now for a big wallop? That sounds pretty good. Let's go double Prey. Double Swivel. Or something. No, Swivel's unnecessary. Double Prey, double... How about double Inner Peace, double Prey? Actually, I love that. Check this out. So we enter Calm, then draw 4, then enter Divinity. And we have the big turn. Guess I'll put Omega in play. It's gonna make my life nice and easy. Something deeply ironic about bottom card Foresight. I like it, though. The free wheel kick. That's what I want. Yeah, just get all this exhausting stuff out. Permanently. Want Eruption. It's the secret weapon that we want. So we go Vigilance, Eruption, Block, Scry, get back these cards. Here's Prostrate. Well, kerblam, Mr. Awakened One. GG. Good fight and all that. But you are extremely dead. We're on to Act 4. Two thump, two thump, two thump. A deep pulsing dread can be felt throughout the room. Is this the heart of this spire, the source of all of this omega damage? Have ourselves a final snooze. And on to the final store, where we can buy the membership card at less than half of our gold, so I guess we might as well. 50% discount on everything. From here, I can remove this curse. We can do things like get an artifact potion for the heart. That could help a lot. Ornamental Fan can give us block for playing 3 attacks. Nirvana could give us block for scrying. Flash of Steel goes nicely with the kunai and the fan as well. We could do something like Ornamental Fan, Flash of Steel. Well, I'd rather go Ornamental Fan, card remove. And we have that's exactly all of my money? Oh, it's meant to be. $0. Perfect utilization. Alpha and Omniscience here on turn 1 is very promising, as far as darts go. Do I do the quad Mental Fortress thing again? I think I'd rather get rid of these burns. Let's go Omni, Omni. Actually, a really good double worship turn. Yeah. Who needs to block when I can just kill them? You know? Bonk. Well, that went well. If we want a really big block card, Spirit Shield is a pretty decent option. I think we're also very, very happy just taking what we have and fighting the heart with it. Dex Potion could help out a little bit. I think I like the current potions better, though. Onward. Onward. So, currently no Omniscience. Can fix that, potentially. One Mental Fortress in hand, one at the draw pile. See what we see on top of the deck. Foresight. No sign at all of the Omnisciences. A little concerning. We need to put the Mental Fortress, the Foresight, and the Alpha all in play here. So that's going to be my turn now. Miracle, Fortress, Foresight, Alpha. We have no block to keep. But we have some good potions still. Okay, these are reasonably beautiful. Definitely keep these two. Multi-attack is first, so we can use Tori here as necessary. Hello? Meditate gets me Empty Mind, Fear No Evil, which is pretty powerful, but I really do want this beta to be put in play. I guess that's where the Liquid Memories comes in. Understood. Yes, that's where the Liquid Memories comes in. There's an Omniscience. Okay. A little awkward, though. And I can Gambler's Brew as well, actually. There's a few ways to do this. Anything else I would like to duplicate with the Omega? Duplicate with the Omniscience, excuse me. Worship, maybe? Would be a pretty good one this turn. Worship would be really good. Worship's in my hand, too. But what we can do is use the Gambler's Brew to reshuffle at a key moment here. I think I'll even use Empty Mind first. Perfect. So now if I Gambler's Brew, we're guaranteed to get Omniscience. So keep Blasphemy, discard this. I want to discard 5 cards at least. And before we do that, we want to Liquid Memories Beta. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Sure. Oh, interesting. We actually didn't even draw the top card of the draw pile, but we did reshuffle everything. Fascinating. Oh, I was supposed to discard the Omniscience. Whoops. Yes, I was supposed to discard that. Brain fart. That's fine, though. Truly. Just Omni these separately now. Okay. Ouch. That was the turn we needed to survive, though. We should be fine now. By and large. Empty Mind is in the draw pile. Good. Kerblam! Just using the stance changes for the block, primarily. Not really worried about a whole lot else here. Of course, when opportunities present themselves, we'll take them. Looks like we're good. Oh good, yes, meditate. Wonderful. GG, Mr. Hart. GG. Here, I'll set up the optimum perfect kill for the Heart too, which is to play the lesson learned, let Omega do 100, and Hourglass does 3. GG. Hey there, if you enjoyed that video, watch this one next. And before you go, join us on Twitch and watch live. I'm there 5 days a week playing Slay the Spire, answering questions, and chilling with the community. Click the link in the description to follow right now. Ta-ta for now.